Hey guys, MTU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Medicom Toy Mafex number... What number is this? This is number 228. This is the Batman Hush, the Riddler. So, Edward Nygma, he was kind of the mastermind behind the whole thing of Batman Hush. The animated movie, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know or haven't seen the animated movie, it's several years old at this point, but they actually changed Hush to actually be the Riddler in the animated movie, which I think nobody was really happy about. But I think for the movie-wise, they wanted to change something up so it wasn't the exact same as the comic, I guess. There were several different changes that happened in that movie. But anyway, here we have the Riddler. This is going to be like the latest release from Batman Hush. I think Scarecrow had come out first, and like days later, whatever it was, the Riddler actually came out. So I've got it here to review for you guys. I've essentially got all of the Batman Hush figures at this point, with the exception of the blue Batman, which is getting a reissue soon, which is still available to pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, as well as the Hush figure, which is still available to pre-order. So those are the only two upcoming that I don't have. And I wish I would had a Nightwing. So if anybody out there has an extra Nightwing that they're looking to unload and looking to potentially trade, please hit me up. Send me a message on Instagram. Or send me an email. I would love to be able to have the chance to trade for a Mafex Batman Hush Nightwing. So you guys let me know. But here, the Riddler, this figure is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Shout out to them for sending this out my way. But it is in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store, along with almost all of the other Batman Hush figures, with the only exception of the Black Batman, the Superman figure, and the Nightwing figure, the only ones that are not available. But Scarecrow is in stock, Joker is in stock, and he's running out. The stealth jumper Batman is on sale. Huntress is on sale. Poison Ivy is on sale, and then Catwoman and Harley Quinn are in stock and available. So here we've got Riddler, as you can see the figure there. We got some accessories going along with him. You get a look at the figure on the side of the box, this side of the box there as well, and then kind of posed out, and you can see the full accessory loadout there. So that is pretty exciting. He's just kind of in a suited body, but hey, we get a lot of Batman's Rogues Gallery, which is really cool through the theme of the Batman Hush, through that comic line. So very interesting, very cool that we're getting all these different characters, which I absolutely love because it gives me a chance to get all these characters, and it really fits, the Batman theme with, Batman Hush. So very exciting. Let's go ahead and open it up. Let's take a look. Okay, so here is the Riddler figure out of the package, and you know what? The Riddler figure is pretty good. If you like the Joker figure, I think this is something that you'll also like. They have similar bodies, as they're both kind of a suited body. Joker kind of suit, but they are definitely different pieces, so they didn't just reuse the legs and arms and stuff like that, which is cool. And then when I think of Riddler, this is kind of the look that I think of when I think of Edward Nygma. How does the Riddler look? Green suit, that's kind of how, in my mind, that's how it looks. So that's what I really love about the Batman Hush figures and the character designs. It's, they're very classic looks to Batman villains. So I can really appreciate that, and I really like, that we're getting them in action figure form like this. So really cool. Riddler's packed out with a bunch of accessories. He has more hands than most figures actually would come with, which is pretty cool. But first, let's take a look at this. He's got a money bag here, so it's just kind of this bag, filled with money or whatever inside. So that's pretty cool. You can see kind of shaped out. It's got some lumps in it. He's got a stack of cash in here that you could kind of flip through, which is kind of cool. So you got that going on there. So nice little accessory, if I do say so myself. There, and then we get an alternate head sculpt, and we'll get in for a closer look at these, but we got that alternate head sculpt, and then we got a couple of extra hands. So out of the package, he actually has fists on. I've already taken them off to kind of show some different things. So we have like this finger pointing, or silence hush hand, if you will. We've got that there. He's got a pair of grip hands for his cane there. He's got these open hands here, and then he's got these relaxed these relaxed open hands here, as well as these other ones here. These two are very similar, but they are slightly different, but they are very, very similar. And then you got this hand here, which in the package, it shows him kind of like tipping his hat, right? Like if he's going to kind of grip his hat, that's kind of what we've got going there. So loaded with a bunch of accessories, which is pretty cool. And then obviously his cane. But let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at the Riddler. Okay, so we got 2 heads for the Riddler. I've already swapped out one and put a smiling head sculpt on there, which is pretty cool. In the process of swapping out the head, one thing that I did, and I now discovered kind of, you know, how the torso is going to move. You can see that he's on a ball joint in there. So you can see at the waist, I know we're not at the articulation portion, but here's kind of how we've got it going on. Ball joint at the waist and then ball joint at the diaphragm. But the problem is the jacket, as you can see there, doesn't allow for a whole lot of movement. So just a heads up on that. The articulation points are there. It's just a matter of, you know, are we able to actually use them? And that's kind of the tricky part in there. And then this foot, this is the second time this foot has come off for me. Hopefully, just the last time. I got it on there. We're good. So here, again, we have the 2 head sculpts. So here is the smiling head sculpt for the Riddler. And that looks pretty good. You know, he's got the smile going on. Not a whole lot going there. But it looks pretty good. The hair is sculpted nicely. As you can kind of see, the hair kind of stick out from under the hat and kind of drapes over his forehead, which looks pretty cool. So nice touch there. Swapping out the head, you want to be a little bit careful. When I first took the other head out, it took this ball peg out with it. It's the only one that we have for the 2 head sculpts, so you need to make sure that stays in there. So when you swap the heads around, that stays in there and you can pop the heads on. So just a heads up on that. And then here's just kind of the straight face. Looks really good. Got that kind of basic purple mask over his eyes. Not too shabby there. He's just got the green suit in there with a little bit of purple accents like the mask. Here on the hat, you can see a question mark logo on the tie. He's got purple buttons going on there. Purple buttons at the cuffs. White shirt underneath. Purple gloves. The wrists, by the way, they did the flesh tone color, which that's a little nice touch. So if you were to see his wrist exposed between the shirt and his gloves, you could see it is the skin tone color there. Not that you actually really see it, but I guess if you, depending on how you might hinge the hand, you would expect to see that. So nice little touch that they went with that instead of just doing like a white color or a green color or a purple color, which is cool. And then just a green suit kind of throughout, and he's got purple shoes on with little gold buckles in there. But that's it for the Riddler. Looks pretty good. Moves pretty well too, but the suit jacket does get in the way. But let's go ahead and get into the articulation so you guys can see that now. Okay, so the articulation for the Riddler, the way his hair is designed, he's not really going to be able to look up, but you can get him to look down that much there. You get a full rotation in there, and you can do some pivot with that neck in there, so that is good. You can get the arm to go straight on out like so. You can do a full rotation in there, and then there's somewhat of a butterfly joint to it, which will kind of allow you to extend that arm out. Cross body, probably a little too much because I just popped that right off of that ball peg. So the way Mafex figures work, oftentimes you can pull them right off the pegs and then you can pop them right back on. Hopefully this one is a super easy to pop right back on, which it looks like it should be. Boom, got that right back on there. So you can get that arm to come out a little bit there. It doesn't really go back, but that shoulder itself kind of goes in quite a bit to get the arm to kind of go out back that much there. There's no bicep swivel, unfortunately, but we do get a double jointed elbow. Gives you that much bend there. The wrists are on a ball joint, so you can swivel and hinge any which way you want. Earlier, when I had taken the figure apart, you can see that there's a ball joint at the waist, and then there's the ball joint at the diaphragm. But because the coat is a solid piece that does not open up, it's going to limit the range of articulation quite a bit. You can tilt a little bit to the sides, not a huge amount, but you can. And then leaning back is difficult also because of how far down the coat comes, so it's not really ideal. But just know that there is good articulation in there. It's just the coat is covering it up and preventing you from really being able to do it. Swivel at that ball joint waist. By the way, you can drop the hip down, as you can see, that much there. And then you can get the figure to do the splits that much there. He can kick forward, high, as you can see there. And then the leg goes back a fair amount as well. You get a little bit of thigh swivel in there, and that's kind of the same with most Mafex figures. So you can kind of turn it enough that you would need. So just a heads up on that. You could also swivel at the knee. You get a double jointed knee, gives you that much bend there. And then the ankle, you could swivel around. I just pulled it right off the ball peg. This one on mine, the left foot is a little bit loose. You can hinge down only a little bit, and you can hinge up only a little little bit. You do get some pivot going on in there, but again, mine just pulls right off of the peg in there. And then you got toe articulation in there. So pretty good articulation. He's just a guy in a suit. So, you know, there isn't a whole lot you could do. I don't have like a John Wick figure to know what they do on those figures. But those are suited bodies also. I would imagine you probably can't do a huge amount with them. Okay, so for some of the Rogues Gallery, I haven't yet opened up Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Huntress, and Poison Ivy. Well, you know, 2 villains there. But I have Joker and I have Scarecrow. So, you know, previously I had reviewed kind of Joker and Scarecrow in one and did a giveaway for an extra Scarecrow figure that I had courtesy of Big Bad Toy Store. But these are the villains so far. And then, of course, when Hush gets the reissue, I'll be able to add him into the collection. I forget what figures that they've revealed at conventions that are going to be coming out. I think there's a Bruce Wayne. There may have been a Clark Kent coming. And then I don't recall what other villains might be coming. You guys let me know down in the comments below who else you would like to see. I think we'd love to see a Killer Croc, right? You guys let me know what you guys think about that one. But I think Killer Croc is probably one that they should make. But anyway, that is Joker, Riddler, and Scarecrow. Now let's go ahead and see him up against some of those superheroes. So having these side by side is just, you know, because for the heck of it, but, you know, I don't think they shared any panels in the story at all. So let's go ahead and see Riddler next to Batman, who was in panels with Riddler. And here we have the Stealth Jumper Batman and then the black suit, the black and gray suit Batman. There, so Riddler and Batman looking pretty good together. If you've seen or if you read the storyline, I haven't fully read it. I do have the trade book, so I want to read it. But I did watch a video kind of talking about it. I did see the animated movie, and again, the animated movie is different from the comic storyline, but some interesting stuff. And I kind of like the idea of how they left it off with Batman and Riddler. You guys let me know what you guys think of that. But basically, the gist is Riddler knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne. But Batman's like, okay, but like that's, you know, a riddle that everyone knows is no longer worthy, right? It's worthless. So then Riddler's like, oh, if I tell people, then the riddle of who is the Batman is solved, and it's like no longer a thing. That, and he was, you know, Riddler is being the one to mess with the Lazarus Pit, and, you know, Ra's al Ghul wouldn't like that. Oh, Ra's al Ghul, I think that's a figure that's coming. I think that one was announced to come for Batman Hush, a Mafex release, Ra's al Ghul. So that we've got that coming. So I'm glad I kind of went into that and was able to kind of get that figured out. But Riddler and the Batman, there we go. I can't wait to get the blue and gray suit. I think that one looks awesome. And I think the cape, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think the cape is a little bit smaller than this black suit one, because this cape is like too big. It's so big. Like, it's a good problem to have, I guess, but it's like, it's crazy how big the cape is. Hopefully the blue one isn't as big, but I am very excited to get that blue suit Batman as well. So pre-order still available on Big Bad Toy Store. I think it's coming in April. It got pushed up. Originally it was supposed to be in July, but now it's coming in April, I believe. Okay, so here's a look where he's kind of doing the tip of the hat thing when it comes to that hand, and then he's kind of resting his cane on his shoulder there. So not that you're going to get him into some crazy dynamic poses or anything like that, but utilizing the accessories and things that he comes with, this is one of the things that you could do. Not as easy, but you can get him to hold like the money bag in one of those open hands. Then the other open hand would be the one to kind of hold that stack of cash there. So it can be done. I was wondering, like, why are those hands so similar? It's like one hand is a little bit open more while the other one is a little bit closed tighter. Not by much. They're still extremely similar, but they do have different functions. Okay, and then he's just kind of leaning on his cane there. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Mafex Riddler figure? I think it's awesome, and again, I love the fact that I can get these classic designs for these Batman villains and these Batman-related characters. So Joker was awesome, Scarecrow was awesome, the Batman figures are great. I'm really looking forward to Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Huntress, and Poison Ivy. I do have them. Those will be in the next upcoming video, so you guys could see all those. But I'm really liking what Mafex is doing with these DC Comics figures. I may branch out beyond Batman Hush stuff. I feel like I wish I would have gotten that Bane figure while I had the chance, but I kind of passed on it, and I'm like kind of regretting it. But as of right now, you know, the fact that I'm kind of focusing on the Batman Hush stuff from Mafex, and you know, because I can actually get those, which is good. But again, if anybody has a Nightwing that they're looking to get rid of and have looking to trade, I can offer up a lot of different things for trade. If you guys have one and are looking to get rid of it, let me know. Send me a message, comment below, or message me on Instagram. That would be great. But in this video, I'm very happy with the way Riddler came out. And can't wait to get even more Batman Hush figures. The blue suit, the gray and blue suit, I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting the Hush figure. And then those future figures where they've kind of already revealed them, but pre-orders haven't gone up, so I don't know, what the time frame is going to look like on some of those other ones. But I'm excited of what more is going to be coming from Batman Hush. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of the Batman Hush comic story? And then what do you think of this Riddler figure? Is it one that you've already added to your collection, or are you looking to pick it up? It is in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the video description below. Give me all your guys' thoughts. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.